We're S1.25 from the new floral collection. So we have 3 barrel sizes in this collection, and this is going to be the largest barrel size of the 3. It's the 1.25 inch. There's a smaller 1 inch and an even smaller 0.75 inch barrel, but this is S1.25, which is perfect for creating loose beachy waves. So if you're really into that loose wave look, this is going to be the barrel for you. But I've put extensions on our mannequin to demo it on a longer hair length today so that you can get an idea of what it looks like. I'm gonna leave about 1 or 2 inches out at the end just to create a more beachy, relaxed look. Again, I did put extensions on this mannequin, so we've got a lot of hair here to curl. So I do have it on the highest heat setting. I've set it to 410 degrees, and then I'm also gonna hold for, I'd say I probably hold more like 8 to 10 seconds on her hair. I'm curling the upper half first because it's denser up here. There's more hair volume, whereas her ends thin out. So just making sure that we're getting the right amount of heat everywhere and leaving out the ends, as I mentioned, for more of a relaxed wave look. And the way I've sectioned her hair, I'm going to do the left side and then the right side. So I split her hair in half, and then I'm just going up layer by layer on each side. And on her, I'm not alternating the directions of the curls. I am keeping them all in the same direction on each side of her head, making sure to curl away from her face. And with her hair length, I can afford to leave out a fair amount at the end. So I'm leaving out a good like 2 to 3 inches. And as you can see, we're getting these loose waves. When I go style them at the end, they're gonna brush out into a really soft wave. So if you're not sure what barrel size to get, we do have a hair quiz on our website. You can take the hair quiz, which will basically ask you what your hair length is, what your hair texture is, what kind of a curl you're looking to create, and it will recommend products for you from that. But the S1.25, which is the barrel size I'm using, is definitely intended for a looser wave look. So if you want that loose wave look, but your hair struggles to hold a curl, you probably want to size down to the 1 inch. But if your hair holds a curl really well and you have like longer hair length, the S1.25 is going to be perfect to create that looser wave look. And the cool thing about the 1.25 is you can take larger sections since we are creating a looser wave. So I'm probably taking 1 to 2 inch, closer to 2 inch sections of hair, because as I mentioned, she does have extensions in, so we have a lot of bulk of hair, which is why I'm clamping halfway to make sure that I get her shorter hair length into the barrel. And then I'm leaving out a couple inches at the end. You can definitely incorporate the ends if you prefer that look. Leaving the ends out is going to give you a beachier texture. So this mannequin probably has, I'd say, 24-inch extensions in, and as you can see, it all fits on the barrel very nicely. So if you you have long hair and you're wondering if the Beachwaver works for you, yes, I've seen people with hair longer than this also manage just fine with the Beachwaver. But if you're looking for something like special for extra long hair, feel free to check out our Pro series. The Pro series has a bunch of advanced features, but one of them is an extended barrel. So it has an extra inch of length on the barrel. So just gonna clip up her hair and move through the next section. You can spray Great Barrier Heat Protectant hairspray. This will just help to protect the hair and also add hold. So when you're using a barrel size like the 1.25 inch, that will just help to reinforce those waves and make sure that they last. But for longer hair lengths, the S1.25 is definitely my favorite barrel size. My hair length is naturally shoulder length, and my favorite for like shorter hair is if you want loose waves, the 1 inch. If you're wanting tight curly curls, which is what I really like, the S.75. But my favorite on longer hair is definitely the S1.25 because you get like this really pretty, voluminous, soft, loose wave. The best barrel size for you all comes down to your hair texture and what kind of a curl you're looking to get. So if you are someone whose hair struggles to hold a curl and you're looking for a loose wave, you probably want to size down to the 1 inch. So I'm pressing the home button in between curls. What that does, the home button, is it returns the clamp to the front, to the starting position. So it's super easy to reset the iron between curls. So I didn't straighten her hair before I curled. I just blowed it out a bit because I washed it right before the live. But people ask us, should I straighten my hair before I beach wave? And the answer is you don't really have to. Anywhere where your hair comes into contact with the barrel, as long as I hold it taut and smooth it out and it lays nicely against the rod, we don't really need to worry about it. It's going to smooth everything out for you. So as you can see here, all the hair is smooth against the barrel. So the curling iron, the Beachwaver, is going to do all the work for smoothing out for you. If you want, you could always straighten like the top couple inches and the bottom couple inches just to reinforce that silky look where the barrel's not going to come into contact with the hair. But it's not necessary. And I definitely wouldn't recommend straightening through the entire length of your hair right before you curl, because basically heat trains your hair what direction and what shape to take. So if you straighten it right before, sometimes the curls might not set as nicely because you just taught your hair to go straight before you curl it, if that makes sense. So it's best to only straighten, if you wish to, in the places where you won't be curling. So that's usually the top couple inches and maybe the bottom couple inches if you're leaving the ends out, as I am. Yeah, so excited to take the hair quiz. Definitely check out the hair quiz, because I know a lot of people are always asking us, which barrel should I get? And the hair quiz will definitely help you figure that out. Because everyone's hair is different. So the different barrel sizes, depending on length, depending on texture, will work a bit differently. So as you can see, this was a piece without too much extension in it. This is just her normal hair length. I'm curling through the ends on any pieces like that just to make sure that they blend seamlessly into the extensions when I go to style. But I did want to put her extensions in today because I think the looser wave on long hair is completely gorgeous. If you like that like soft blowout look, the S1.25 is definitely for you. They still kind of look like curls when I'm releasing it, but when we go to style, you'll see they loosen out really nicely into a soft wave. Your hair is this length, yes! It's such a fun length. These are actually my extensions that I put on the mannequin just to give her some extra length, but it's always fun to switch it up. Sometimes we're short, sometimes we're long. You leave the ends out. So I am leaving the ends out. I'm leaving out like 2 to 3 inches of the ends. Oh, I missed a little piece here. Leaving out a couple inches at the ends, and what that is going to do is just help to create a beachier look, a softer, relaxed texture when I go to style at the end. If you want to incorporate the ends, you totally can. That's up to you. It comes down to preference of style. If you incorporate the ends, you're gonna get more of a defined curl. Whereas if you leave some of the ends out when you style, it's gonna be just more of a relaxed, beachy texture. So I'm not messing with the curls underneath. We don't want to style them till the end. We want to make sure that shape really sets in to the hair. I'm spritzing Great Barrier heat protectant hairspray on each section as I go. It's going to protect up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. And it also provides flexible hold, which is incredible. It's a perfect shield to keep your hair nice and healthy and shiny. The cool thing too about our hair products, for anyone who hasn't looked into our hair care and our different stylers, is they're all vegan. So they're vegan and cruelty free. So these pieces that are her shorter, typical hair length without extensions, I'm curling through the ends on those. So if you have a lot of layers in your hair, or if you're wearing extensions like the mannequin is, I like to leave the ends out on the longer pieces, but on the shorter pieces, if I don't catch any extension when I'm curling, I curl through the ends just so that it incorporates a bit better into those extensions, so they'll blend better when I go to style. This iron is so pretty. I know the floral collection So many of you guys are saying that it's your favorite yet. It comes in 2 colors too. So if you prefer, it also comes in Sage Sky, which is like a blue and sage green design. Whereas this one's Pink Petals, and as you can see, pink, pink, pink. And all of our Beachwavers, I know because people ask, because they're colored barrels, they're still ceramic. So all of our barrels are ceramic, which means they help to protect your hair, so it's better for your hair. And they also just boost the shine in the curls. It's a smoother, frizz-free finish. As you can see, like the hair is kind of frizzy, and then over here where we've curled, it's nice and shiny. And that's just the frizz getting smoothed out in the hair. Because when your hair looks frizzy, it gets a bit dull. You don't see the shine on it as much. So when it's nice and smooth coming off the ceramic barrel, we get good shine in the hair. I did also spray Great Barrier Heat Protectant Hairspray, which also helps to smooth out the frizz as I go. So for anyone who is just joining, this is the S1.25 from the new floral collection. It is the largest barrel size that we have, but there are 3 barrel sizes. So this is the largest one. There's also a smaller 1 inch, and then the smallest, which is the 0.75 inch. And as you can see, I have extensions on her, which are, I want to say they're 24, I think they're 24 inches, but all the hair is fitting very nicely on the barrel. So if you have longer hair and you're wondering if the Beachwaver works for you, it definitely will incorporate all of your hair. In between sections, I'm just pressing the home button, which is going to return the clamp to the starting position. So that's one of the unique features of the S series, is it does have that home button that just helps to reset the clamp. The B series, on the other hand, is more simplified. So it doesn't have a home button, it just has the rotation buttons. So some people love the home button, they see it as a convenience. Other people just don't want to worry about too many buttons, which is totally fine. It's whatever you are most interested in. So if you're looking for a simpler experience, we also have the B series. But the B series, it comes in a 1 inch, only one size. The 1 inch is our most popular barrel size, I'd say, because it accommodates like most hair types and hair lengths. But if you're interested in the S1.25, which is the one I'm using, or the S.75, which is the smallest barrel size, you're going to want to check out the S series. Okay, so we finished half of her head, which is good because we have a lot of hair on her. Now we're just going to come in for the other half. And just work our way from bottom up. And on this side, I'm going to curl in the other direction away from her face. So if you're finding that the curls aren't coming out the same on each side of your head, just make sure that you're curling away from your face on both sides. Because if you curl in the same direction on both sides, one half is going to open up your face and go rotate like away from your face. And then if you curl in the same direction on the other side of your hair, it's going to curl into your face. So it will look different. If you like your curls going in, by all means, do that. But we typically recommend curling away from your face just to help open up and frame your face nicely. So I am leaving out like 2 to 3 inches on these lower pieces. Another advantage other than just styling, when you leave your ends out, it helps to maintain more length. So if you do have like a shorter hair length, like my natural hair length is shoulder length, and I like to leave my ends out when I want to maintain that length. So we all know when we curl our hair, since it's spiraling, it shortens a bit, but if you leave your ends out, it helps to just extend your hair a bit longer. And it also creates that beachier texture to your hair. It's more relaxed, whereas if you incorporate your ends, you're gonna get more of a bouncy, defined curl. And if you guys get your Beachwaver and you have any questions, we are live all the time, so you can come ask us any questions on our lives. We also have virtual styling available. So virtual styling is basically a free 15-minute appointment with one of our stylists, and they will video chat you. And you pick whatever time is most convenient for you. You can bring your Beachwaver, and they will basically coach you and answer any of your questions, because everyone's hair is a little bit different. So if you are struggling, we're here to help. Book a virtual styling appointment. It's under the Learn tab on our website, and our amazing team can help you out. And that also goes if you're really not sure which barrel size to get. If you've taken the hair quiz and you're still not sure, we also have virtual styling appointments that you can make for picking an iron. And the stylist can take a look at your hair, see how well your hair holds a curl, and recommend a product for you. Because if your hair is finer and just struggles to hold a curl from experience, we definitely recommend a slightly smaller barrel size. It's a good rule of thumb that if your hair struggles to hold a curl, to simply go down a barrel size. We are losing an extension up here. Let me just clip her back in. There we go. So she has a lot of hair to work through, but we're making quick work of it. You can see this is her normal hair length. It's about shoulder length hair, and I put in the extensions that are more like, well, it's 24-inch hair. So I am clamping midsection. If you're wondering why I'm placing the clamp midsection, it's to make sure I incorporate these shorter pieces. So even when I'm curling in the longer sections, I'm clamping halfway where her hair would end, just to make sure that I'm capturing those smaller pieces in the barrel. So these shorter pieces, I'm making sure I'm curling them through the ends so that when I go in and blend all of her hair together, that they'll just mesh more nicely into the rest of her hair. Sometimes when you're curling, the smaller or shorter pieces fall out. It's no big deal. When we go to style it, it'll all blend together really nicely. So as you can see, just because she has extensions and she has layers, there's a lot more bulk of hair near the root. So I'm curling the upper section first and just giving it more time, and then easing out into the ends, which are a bit thinner, and curling those at the end. So if you have really long hair or lots of layers, that's a good technique just to get even heat distribution on your hair. Because that's the goal, is to just fully saturate the hair with the heat. So if you take larger sections, it might need more time. If you take smaller sections, you need less time. If there's denser hair sections, it needs more time. So what we recommend is when you first get the Beachwaver, set it to 350. Set it to 350, do a 1-inch section, and hold it for 4 to 6 seconds. If your curl is not fully formed from root to end, up the temperature or just hold it for a bit longer. So you can find like the best heat for you. I set it to 410, which is the highest heat setting. But when you turn on the Beachwaver, it does automatically set to 350. But the heat range on the S series and the B series is going to be 290 to 410. The difference is that the S series has a scalable heat range, so you can just scroll through the heat settings, whereas the B series, it's simplified, so the heat is divided into 3 settings. There's a low, medium, and high. The low is 290, the medium is 350, and the high is 410. So if you're deciding between the S series and the B series, they have the same heat range. The B series is just simplified. Because the S1 and the B1, the barrel, it's the same. It's a 1-inch barrel. The difference is going to be the buttons on the iron. The S series has the digital temperature clock. It has the home button, which returns the clamp to the starting position. And it also has a fast and slow setting speed, which changes the rotation of the barrel. It's on the side right here, so you can switch to slow. I have it on fast. If you just got your Beachwaver and you're starting to curl, you might prefer the slow setting just as you get used to it. I find the slow settings also advantageous for shorter hair lengths, or maybe like if I have bangs, so if I'm curling my bangs, I might switch it down to low. Not low, slow, sorry. Just to have more control. So that's the main difference. The S series, more functionalities, more buttons, more sizes. The B series is like the basic model. It's easy, great for beginners. It has the rotation, it has the 3 heat settings. You just have to clamp and press the arrows. If you're looking for stylers to go with your Beachwaver, make sure to grab Great Barrier. It's our heat protectant hairspray. You can spray it before and after you heat style. So it's a dual product. We also have a bundle where you can get the Great Barrier with our Second Chance Dry Shampoo, which is absolutely amazing. I've got that bundle linked to our live, so if you want, you can shop the products directly on our live that I'm using. As for like styling the hair with brushes, combs, we have wide tooth combs, which will give you more of a tousled wave, a little bit more of a piecey look. And then we also have the Onset brush, which is a super dense brush, and what that's going to do is give you more of a silky smooth wave. Our other brush is the prep brush, which is more for detangling and prepping your hair before you curl. So the brushes are different. The pink one is the Onset, which is a styling brush, and then the blue one, which is the prep brush, is for prepping your hair before you curl or when you get out of the shower. But the cool thing about this floral collection is we have so many amazing bundles. If you go to the floral collection page, you'll see all the different bundles, but there are storage pouches, there are the brushes, there are the combs, there are products. So we've got different bundles for styling, for curling, Right now you can get any of the floral beach wavers with a free matching storage pouch, and it's only $99. I've got that offer linked here on the live, but it's an amazing deal because the floral beach waver on its own is normally $150. So you can get the beach waver and the storage pouch for $99. And the storage pouches are amazing because they've got like a compartment for the beach waver, which just keeps your tools safe from getting scratched. And it also has like Velcro wraps for the cord. So it keeps your cord all nice and managed so that you don't have just a jumble of cords in your drawer. So it's super great for organizing your beach waver or hair drawer. And it's also amazing for traveling. It just keeps it nice and neat in your suitcase. In the interior of the storage pouches is heat resistant. So I know sometimes when I'm running out of a hotel and headed to the airport, my hot tools are still cooling off a bit. So if it's not fully cooled off, I have a little bit more peace of mind when I throw it into the storage pouch and into my bag. And for anyone else who loves to travel, all beach wavers are dual voltage. So that means they're travel friendly. The voltages are listed on our website, so you can always confirm if you'd like before you use it in another country, but they are travel friendly. You might just need an adapter depending on what country you're going for too, because the plugs might be different. But as for the voltage, you'll be all set. So that's what the dual voltage is. I know some people ask that, like what's the difference between the floral beach waver and the dual voltage black one? They're the same. It's just a different color. Okay, so I'm making our way to the last section here. Just gonna brush out the top. And spray with some of our Great Barrier heat protectant hairspray. Shorter pieces and blend them into the rest of the hair. And then we'll be ready to style. I'm leaving the curls be. I'm not going to style till the end because we want to make sure everything cools. When you're working with hair this long, sometimes the weight of the hair is enough to stretch it out. So if you wanted, you could pin up the curls as you style. If you still find that your curls are kind of falling out, definitely like pin them, or you can cup them while they cool, like in your palm. Because when you have longer hair, it is heavy. Almost done. We're down to the last couple pieces. When I curl my own hair, if I'm not on live and I'm in front of a mirror, it probably takes me 10-15 minutes, depending on what kind of a style I'm doing. Since I am on live, and also since she has extensions in, so she has a lot more bulk of hair, it did take me a little bit longer. But we have a bunch of videos that are really cool of people timing themselves as they curl their hair. And I'd say most people curl around the 10-minute mark. I know you can see her extensions popping through, but we will blend all of that in as soon as we're done. That comes down to the styling. And the extensions I put on her are for length, so that you can see what this iron looks like on longer hair, because her hair length is shoulder length. But again, if you're not sure which barrel size is going to be best for your hair length, check out the hair quiz, and it will give you product recommendations. So these shorter pieces, I just want to make sure they're not sticking out, so I'm just kind of blending in the ends a bit if I need to as I go. And then just curling the end of her bang a little bit so it blends in nicely with the rest of the hair. Just like so. And her hair is fully curled. So if we look at it from the back, we've got all the curls in here, and now we just need to style. Because all the ones on this side are cool. Up in the front over here, there's still a bit of warmth, but you're gonna wanna let your curls cool before you style. And then we're gonna brush them out. So I'm using the Mini Onset Pro. So this is an onset brush. It's a very dense duo fiber brush. So it's the pink brush from the Floral collection. I'm just bracing the extensions at the top of the head so I don't pull them out as I brushed through. And it's gonna soften up these waves. And we're gonna get just a really pretty loose wave. Make sure we make it through all the hair. And if I want, I can also go in with Great Barrier, which is our heat protectant hairspray. You can spray it after you heat style too, and just use that to blend out any flyaways and just get a really pretty soft wave finish. Now let's get the other half. And you can see from the front that she does have some of her curtain bangs up in here. So we also just want to brush those and see how they blend in nicely, just because I put a bit of that curl in the front. But I can switch her back. And those are S1.25 waves, so you get just this really soft cascading wave. And as you can see, they're super shiny. So if this is the kind of look you like, that softer wave, that gorgeous kind of blowout wave look, the S1.25 is for you. And if you're, again, not sure which barrel size to go for, check out the hair quiz on our website. It'll help you pick and decide which barrel size based off of your hair length, based off of your hair texture, how well it holds a curl, and what kind of wave you're looking for. So for long hair, the S1.25 is great for this loose wave. If you have shorter hair, like medium short to short hair, I'd recommend the 1-inch barrel, the S1, for this loose wave. But for long hair, you just get this really loose wave. If you like the S1.25 on shoulder length hair, you're gonna get, like you can see where it kind of ends. You're just gonna get a soft bend in the hair, which is gonna be more of kind of like a blowout texture, just like some very soft texture if your hair is this length. But if you want a loose wave with a couple rotations on shorter hair, definitely check out the S1. And if you guys ever have any questions, send us a DM on Instagram. We are there to help, happy to help you. But I did curl her hair with the S1.25 today. Also send us a DM if there's anything that you guys want to see on live. We're more than happy to show you guys what you would like to see, so let us know. And make sure to shop this one. Every product I use is linked in this video, but the floral collection, right now you can get it with a free storage pouch for $99. So the bundles are absolutely amazing. So if you're shopping, make sure to check out the floral bundles, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Bye.